because we're going to be here for a few minutes, a little bit of a longer introduction today. So, um, a lot of energy I want to talk about right now happening. So, we just came off that full moon. So, we're easing into that dark new moon that's coming up next in this new cycle. We have Pluto in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde. Um, a lot happening right now. Um, a lot of wild, transformative energy. So today, our practice is surrender and release. And I want you to take a moment here to settle in. And as I continue introducing you to this topic, drop in lower and see if you can listen to me with your heart, as if your ears are in your heart. Listen to it even deeper if you feel called to with your belly, with your womb, with the root. And if it feels good and safe to you, maybe placing your hands on your womb here, on this energy center, and feeling into that space, regardless of gender identity or otherwise. We all have an energetic womb. We all have this space. So drop into there and breathe here. Breathe wherever it feels comfortable for you in these lower energy centers. So, this energy right now that I'm talking about, I'm carrying kind of over from the full moon energy healing circle that I had yesterday at the Lotus. And it's this time right now where we have Mercury and Pluto in retrograde. So think of Mercury as your thinking conscious mind. This day to day, I go through these processes of, um, I go to work. Passively maybe move through my life. I know my thoughts. I think about my thoughts on the surface level. And then Pluto being the deeper psychological process of why do I think this way? Where do these thoughts come from? What's going on underneath? This karmic ties, this karmic weight, this habit energies, things that we're carrying around, um, relationships that aren't working, friendships, um, jobs, all this stuff that's we're carrying around that we're kind of ignoring. Um, with Pluto, that is coming um, to the surface, and Jupiter is shining a light on this astrologically, shining a light on these deeper things, and then this Mercury, this communication, this thinking mind turning inward now. So maybe you're hearing a lot of negative self talk, these over examining the things we're saying, imposter syndrome, all of these things that are happening for us right now, whatever is coming up for you is being amplified by Jupiter, being brought out of the shadows for you to deal with with this energy right now. And this is a theme for the entire year in power structures. So these ways that we turn those words towards ourselves and we give our power away to this negative thinking. We give our power away to others instead of restructuring that and owning our powers, stepping into our powers. So Maybe you're feeling a call to do things differently, start a new path. You have all these ideas, there's new things happening for you in your life that you want to do, but there's something standing in your way, a thought process, some way that you interact with the physical world that is standing in your way. So, as we move through this practice and this theme for everything that I personally feel called to put out there for everyone for the rest of this year, because this energy is so wild, this is such a unique opportunity for us to strip away all of that stuff and really ask ourselves, like, what is the greatest expression that we can have of this energy? Like, what's my greatest purpose? So going beyond like what's my purpose or what's a purpose in life, and asking what's the greatest purpose, the greatest expression of my purpose that I'm called to do. What is that? And can we like dare ourselves to go there? Can we dare ourselves to dig deeper, to clear away the stuff that's keeping us from living that purpose? Our golden shadow is our theme. So, the golden shadow is that part of you that is being held back, but is filled with light, filled with healing. It is your greatest purpose. What's holding you back from that? So, feel into that for a moment. Breathe into this energy, this deep wisdom that we'll be accessing starting now, starting today. You've probably already been feeling it and working with it. And now we're intentionally jumping into this river. We're jumping in and we're going to take that opportunity to tap into it. And you can go as deep as you want. You can stay where you are if you want. The deeper you go, the more benefit you will see, the more light and physical presence of ascending you will see show up and manifest. Uh, it's a powerful, deep wisdom. Working with those deeper areas is working as below, so above, as within, so without. The deeper we go, the more we descend, the higher we ascend. Think about that with your belly, with as deep as you want to go, and it doesn't have to start really deep today. We can start slow. You can stand on the shoreline today if that feels good to you. But continue to tap into this energy, work with it, look at it, examine it. And we'll continue talking about it. At the end, there'll be a longer period of Shavasana to really integrate everything. So, with that said, let's make our way to a child's pose of your choosing, using a blanket for comfort, knees. Grab a bolster if you want to have a bolster. Like maybe you want to hold on to something here and just ease into this. So bringing the knees to the width of the mat, maybe opening up the hips and laying our body on the bolster. Make space. Make space for your womb energy. Make some space for that and feel into this opening, this release. Surrender here to a new beginning, a start of something new in the cycle. What are you willing to surrender to? What are you daring to surrender and reframe, rework the power structure of that? Breathe into those lower places in your body. So, if we think of our heart center as being the earth plane and our upper energy centers, the sky, the universe, the consciousness, the awakened mind. The earth plane is the physical that we see manifest. Now we're starting here with these deeper wisdom centers, the power structure, the creatrix, creator energy, the deep roots of what's underneath all of that, the driving energy underneath. That old, deep, ancestral energy, knowledge, wisdom, whatever you want to call it, that is part of your inner being, your connection to everything. Allow the hips to sink towards the earth. And on the inhale, walking the hands back, bringing the head up last. We'll move into butterfly. So bringing from a seated position the soles of the feet together. Elongate the spine, roll the shoulders down. We'll start here. And I want you to draw your awareness towards that central column of energy. Imagine if you can feel the energy between each vertebrae along your spine, all the way to the crown of your head. This column of energy, this strong root, the central space from which all energy flows in and around you. The more you work with this energy during this time, the more you will descend into those deeper parts that we're looking to clear away. Those shadows, the shadow work that you're doing, see if you can tune into this space, this deep part of you, while you're working through these different thought processes that come up for you. This is your connection to your inner self, the truest, favorite expression of yourself. If you can imagine this beautiful, what's the greatest life that you can picture for yourself, imagine it emanating from this space, from your core, radiating out, growing out like vines and creating this beautiful landscape. Picture with your heart, dropping your eyes into your heart, what this life will look like. How will it feel? Feel into it. This ideal reality that you are wanting to step into, that you're daring to step into as we move forward in this energy. Feel it with your heart and trust it. Surrender is trust. It is knowing. It is, I've got this, and trusting yourself to step into it. And walk the hands out in front and allow your gaze to come towards your navel. Let the spine round, connect even deeper here. As we draw our gaze towards our navel, we focus on our power center. This place of confidence, of trust in our abilities, in our own power, in our inner knowing. Gaze at it and surrender to it. On the inhale, walk the hands back, bringing the head up less. And we'll come into dragonfly. So bring both feet out, widen the legs. Find that nice long spine again. Maybe move some fleshy parts out of the way. Get your sit bones rooted into the earth. Breathe here. Take a few cleansing breaths. A few deep breaths. Lengthening on the inhale, on the exhale, drawing that breath all the way down into the earth. Remember, the deeper we go, the higher we go, the more we ascend. Invite yourself to go deeper here. This is a safe place, safe space. If it feels safe for you, invite yourself to go deeper. Deeper with the breath, and imagine just connecting that line of energy from that central column down into the core of the earth. Dropping that line down the channel. Working with this energy, it is a cycle, and as it drops down, it also radiates from the earth back up around us, creating this continuous cycle, dropping down through the crown into the earth and back up. As you breathe through the central channel here, feel that energy move from the earth back up and cascade down around you. And when you're ready, walk the hands out as far as feels comfortable for you until you meet resistance. Let the head hang heavy, gaze towards the navel once more. Connect with your power center. Everything in this year's energetic alignment is about restructuring power in our lives. Pay attention to the physical, the power structures around you, and how you relate to them. Where are you giving up your power? Where are you giving away your life force? And how can you call that back to you? How can you restructure this and call your power back to you? Inhale, walk the hands back, bringing the head up last, and pause at the top for a moment. And just allow that energy to settle within you. And then when you're ready, meet me in tabletop as we prepare for a melting heart. So grabbing your blocks is a great idea. We are surrendering and sometimes we need some support. So these are energetically our support system here as we dare to open our hearts. Walking the hands out in tabletop and resting your elbows on the blocks. Bring the palms together. The palms connect to our solar plexus, that power center there, connect there. And allow the shoulders to drop down. Make any adjustments that you need. You may need to move your blocks up or back. But allow the chest to drop through the shoulders. Check in with your knees. Are they in line with your hips? Allow the heart to soften, to open. We're inviting this space, this deeper wisdom within us to rise into the earth plane, to arrive here with love and compassion and understanding. If you need to come out of this at any time, please do. Take a child's pose, open your heart to the earth. Breathe into the softening, the light at the center of the chest. 3 more breaths here. And then slowly make your way out of this pose, removing props and coming into Sphinx. Belly to the mat. Elbows just ahead of the shoulders, forearms pressed into the earth. Our palms pressed into the earth, fingertips spread nice and wide. Draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades together, opening the heart center. Feel into the hips, the legs. Are we holding tension here? Allow yourself to be held here. Our bellies, our wombs, our hips, our root, held here in the earth plane. Grounded here and safe. There's nowhere to go. See if you can invite a release. Invite the surrender in the lower areas of your body. How does it feel to breathe through the belly, pressed into the earth? How does it feel to breathe through the heart center? Opening. Imagine this light shining out in front of you, all around you. If you feel called to, bring your hands to the corners of your mat and press up for swan. This is a little deeper of a back bend here. So if you get here and you're like, eek, no thank you, go ahead and lower back down. Always doing what feels right to your body. Here we feel a little bit deeper connection with the earth, a shifting of the weight off of our heart into our bellies. Exhale, lower back down. Bring the forehead to the forearms, just briefly here, pausing. And draw the hands under the shoulders. We'll move into thread the needle. There are a few variations. You can take it from Sphinx, walking the left hand out, pressing away from the earth, and feeding that right arm through, resting your head on a block. You can also take it that way. Yeah. You can take it from tabletop or from a child's pose, the same way as Sphinx. From tabletop, reaching the right arm up and feeding it through, resting the shoulder on the mat. Left hand for support in front, or taking a bind behind the back if that's within your practice. Here, connecting the shoulders, the upper part of the heart center with the earth. Part of this energy, if you're familiar with Kundalini energy, what I'm feeling during this time, during this last year, this different type of serpent rising energy is more of a balance of the divine, feminine, and the masculine, a little more settled, centered energy, but also this expansion. So these wings, this winged serpent energy. So this thread the needle, we're going to be moving into that heart-centered space of that winged energy, opening up the shoulders. And draw the left hand under the shoulder, gently unwinding, coming back through center either to tabletop, child's pose, resting your forehead on your forearms if you're in Sphinx, and then moving to the other side. So right hand plants, left arm comes up and threads through that space. Thinking about expansion here, warming up for supported fish, beginning to warm our shoulders up, walking the fingertips out, opening and expanding that right shoulder, sinking a little deeper with the left. If you need to come out of this early, please do. It can be a little intense, and you can always move to just a seated position, pulling your arm across the body, or whatever supported position feels good to you. Okay, draw the right hand under the shoulder, gently unwind, and come back into a brief child's pose. Pressing back, send the hips back. We'll move into supported fish. So taking your blocks, or let's actually use the bolster. A supported fish. So bring your bolster to the top of your mat, or blocks. If you'd like to use blocks, you certainly can. If you use blocks, placing, looks like Olivia, you're good. Okay. Gently lower back, so placing that bolster, maybe holding it with your hands and gently lowering back. And finding a nice comfortable position for you to lay your spine along the bolster. Allow the legs to come out long, or maybe even into a butterfly pose with the soles of the feet together. And allow the arms to come out to the sides. And that heart space to expand, shoulder blades drawing together as if you are opening your wings, opening your arms, and surrendering to this energy, this new energy that you are drawing up into the physical plane, into the physical world for you to experience. Opening your arms up, welcoming new opportunities, new growth, change, new structures. Welcoming it with open arms, inviting it in. Last exhale here, and gently roll maybe over to the side to release that bolster. And we'll come into a supported reclined butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall open, and bringing blocks underneath the thighs for a little extra support. And maybe play around with where you want your feet to be. We'll move into Shavasana right after this, a little bit longer. Okay, so we kind of started here with this pose, right? We started in an upright uh, butterfly posture, drawing that energy up. And now we've drawn it up into our heart center and we're opening up. So maybe bringing the arms out to a T again and really just imagining this energy just bursting through, opening up and connecting with that central line of energy, that central column again. Imagining breathing this energy from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Drawing it up on the inhale and dropping it back down on the exhale. See if you can find an even inhale and exhale here. A fluid, effortless energy. And as you continue, you feel that energy flowing through that cycle, through the crown of the head, and flowing back down to the earth around you. Drawing back up through those lower wisdom centers. If it feels good to place our hands on our womb again, please do. If you feel called to. Feel free to stay here or move into your final Shavasana, extending the legs out long, taking up some space. This will be an extended Shavasana. So if you want to put your blanket over you, get cozy. If you want another blanket, let me know. I will bring one to you. As you lay here, begin to let go of the practice. Let go of that internal voice that maybe told you you didn't do something right or you should have done something differently. Let it all go. Begin to notice your breath and allow it to deepen. Allow the body to become heavier, supported by the earth. Notice any areas in your body where you are still holding tension, where you feel tightness or maybe some anxiousness. And invite the breath to be sent there with the message to release. With each exhalation, becoming more relaxed, more at ease. Become aware of the points of contact your body has with the earth here. The back of the head, the neck, the shoulders, down the spine, each vertebrae supported, connected. The hips, the back of the legs, to the heels, heavy and held. And imagine for a moment that you are walking in a forest, and you can feel the soft forest floor beneath your feet. Feel the earth as if you can breathe through the soles of your feet. That you are taking in that deep energy, that grounded, deep wisdom of the forest, this ancient wisdom. With each step becoming more rooted into this wisdom. Begin to paint the landscape of this forest with your mind. What do the trees look like around you? How tall are they? How deep are their roots? What can you smell? Does the air smell like warmed cedar? Is it cool? Does it smell earthy? Maybe the forest is wet. Is it damp? Refreshing? Crisp? What do you smell? And what do you hear? The sounds of wildlife, the whisper of the wind through the trees, rustling leaves. Is there water flowing, a babbling creek, a rushing river? What do you hear? See if you can hear it with your heart. Can you see the landscape with your heart? As you continue walking through the forest, you notice that you are carrying a backpack with you. Feel the weight of this on you. Feel the weight of it on your back. In here are the things that are holding you back from that ideal reality that you are wanting to step into. That picture in your mind that we created at the beginning of practice. And what is holding you back? Our karmic ties, our ancestral trauma, our habit energies, our unhealthy eating cycles, patterns, things that keep showing up that we keep pushing away, that weight being carried with you through this forest, through our walking, waking life, the weight that we carry with us every day. As you look ahead, you see an opening in the base of the cliffside, opening into the earth. There's an opportunity here to unpack this, to go into your wisdom centers, this deep knowing, this deep transformative energy within your earth. This is your sacred space. You have created this space just for you. There is nothing here to harm you, nothing to come that you need to worry about. You are here, you are safe, you are held. As you look at this space, this opportunity, this invitation to go deeper, notice what comes up for you. Is there hesitation? Note it. And decide how deep you want to travel here into the earth. How deep are you willing to go? How far are you daring yourself to dive, to step into this? Knowing that this weight that you unpack here is going to bring you light, is going to bring light and love in ways that you can't even imagine. It's going to draw that reality, that timeline that you want to align with towards you. You are going to create space for this to show up. And as you get to the depth that you are willing to go, that feels safe to you now, begin to unpack that bag. Take the backpack off your shoulders and set it down here in this space, in this cave, this place where you are safe to unpack those things and unpack them. Take them out, look at them, examine them with compassion, with love, with gratitude. I'm grateful for this opportunity to examine these deeper parts of myself. And as you make your way back up to the earth plane, feeling lighter and lighter, and as you arrive in the forest, you see this golden shadow, this golden part of you, this highest expression, your favorite version of yourself waiting for you. But you also see that these things you've unpacked have created these vines that are traveling up and wrapping around this golden shadow. You are seeing these things that are holding you back. And I want you to look down at your hand and notice a machete, an axe, a knife, scissors, something that you've created to release this energy, release these blockages, and with intention to let these things go, to clear them from your path, from your highest potential. I want you to start chopping away at these vines that are growing up and holding this golden shadow back. Let them go here. And it doesn't mean they're gone forever. It means that we're starting the process. We're starting the process of chipping away, of releasing these parts of us that we've been carrying in our backpack. And we're letting go. Feel the weight of these things you've been carrying lift away from you. And as you become lighter and lighter and lighter, breathe into the heart, breathe into the belly, breathe into the womb and the earth. Feel this lightness draw into you. Filling these spaces with clear intent for whatever this next step is for you. As you become lighter, you begin to become more aware of the room around you. Gently coming back to this space. Becoming more aware of your physical body. wiggling the fingers and toes and feeling into the physical plane. Allow yourself a moment to come back. And when you're ready, maybe rolling over to one side before making your way to a seated position. I apologize. I got a little carried away and we're a couple minutes over 5, but whatever. Take a moment to place your hands on your heart and just breathe here and turn, instead of that negative thinking, negative self talk, turn love and gratitude towards yourself. You've shown up for yourself today. You're here, you journeyed, you're starting this process or continuing this process of realignment. This is a new start for you. New energy is all around us, new beginnings, creative sparks. Take a moment to say thank you to you. And when you're ready, drop the hands, circle sweep them up. Inhale, big circle sweep up. Palms together, power centers together. Exhale, bring it to the heart center. Thank you so much for joining me here today and for letting me share this space with you for